Emma pulled her threadbare coat tighter as she followed Mr. Harrison across the frozen ground. The old rancher had barely spoken since picking her up from the county office that morning. At 16, she'd learned not to expect much from foster placements, especially ones this far from town. The barn loomed ahead, weathered wood gray against the winter sky. She assumed this was it, the inevitable chores speech, the rules. The reminder that she was here on charity and nothing more. Mr. Harrison pushed open the heavy barn door, and warm air rushed out, smelling of hay and animals. Emma stepped inside, her eyes adjusting to the dim light. Horses lined the stalls on either side, their dark eyes watching with quiet curiosity. The rancher walked ahead without a word, his boots echoing on the concrete floor. Emma's stomach tightened. She'd been through this before, the silent treatment, the coldness that came from people who took in foster kids for the monthly check. He stopped at the last stall and rested his weathered hands on the gate. Inside stood a small paint horse, white and brown patches covering her body like a map. The Maori nickered softly, stepping forward to nuzzle Mr. Harrison's palm. Emma hung back, unsure why they were here, unsure of everything. "Lost my daughter 5 years ago," Mr. Harrison said suddenly, his voice rough. Emma froze. He'd never mentioned having children. Cancer. She was 17. He cleared his throat, still looking at the horse. This was Lily's horse. Name's Patches. Been empty in here ever since. Emma felt tears prick her eyes but fought them back. She didn't do sympathy, didn't do emotional connections that could be ripped away without warning. The rancher opened the stall door and gestured for her to enter. Reluctantly, she stepped forward. Patches turned her gentle gaze toward Emma, and something in those brown eyes made the girl's careful walls crack just slightly. "My wife and we talked about it for a long time," Mr. Harrison continued, "about what Lily would have wanted. She always said this ranch had too much love to keep locked up." He pulled something from his pocket. A worn leather halter with silver nameplate that read Patches. "We're not looking for perfect, Emma. We've read your file. We know you've been bounced around, that you've had it rough. But we've got room here. Room for mistakes, room for healing, room for a girl who maybe needs a place to finally breathe." Emma stared at him, unable to speak. This wasn't the lecture she'd expected. This wasn't coldness or obligation. "The county said you had trouble at your last 3 placements," he went on. "Running away, trust issues. I get it." "I do. But here's what I'm offering. You give us 6 months? Just 6 months of trying. You take care of Patches, help around the ranch, and we'll show you what family is supposed to look like. No pressure, no strings. If after 6 months you want to leave, we'll help you figure out what's next. But if you stay as our daughter. Not a foster kid. Not temporary, ours." Patches stepped closer and rested her head against Emma's shoulder. The warmth of the animal, the weight of the offer, the kindness in the old man's eyes, it all crashed over her at once. For the first time in years, Emma let herself cry. Not the silent tears she'd learned to hide, but real, body-shaking sobs. Mr. Harrison didn't move toward her, didn't try to force comfort she wasn't ready for. He simply stayed, patient and steady as the mountains beyond his land. When Emma finally looked up, she saw his eyes were wet too. "Okay," she whispered. 6 months. But somehow, standing in that barn with Patches and this unexpected father figure, she knew she'd already found home.